Alright, I've got the Chessnut Air board hooked up to my phone on the Chessnut app. I've got a ready game which I'm going to enter into the board, through the board. So I'm going to go online, chess.com, and I'm going to use their analysis feature. Learn analysis. And since I was black in this game, I'm going to reverse it. So there it is. And what's nice about this is when I move the pieces, it's going to register up here. And it's going to give me a real-time evaluation, so I kind of know what's going on as I play through the game. E4, D6, D4, F3, Knight BD7, Bishop E3, E5. Let me see if it tells me what the opening is already. It says the Pierce defense, lion's jaw variation. E5 last move, Knight C3, C6, Queen D2, Bishop E7, Knight H3, which I thought was a really weird move. Queen C3, C7, sorry. Knight F2, so he was just going, maneuvering to that square. At this point, it's pretty even. Computer's got it at 0.2 for white, so no blunders yet. Bishop C4, Knight F8, Bishop B3. Here I thought about challenging the bishop with my bishop, but I just decided to get my knight up there, see what white was going to do. So that's Knight G6, queenside castle. So of course, pawn storm, he has the same idea. H4, A5, A4. So I take it, bishop takes. This ends up being very tricky because now this pawn is pinned and white has ideas of going here with the knight, which I always get caught off guard with, including this game. Knight H5. So at this point it is still even, but this is where I go wrong. I go Knight H5, which is a huge blunder. It is now 5.5 in white's favor. Then I think they do G4. And at that point, I could have just retreated here, but it's hard for me to retreat. Right there, pushes, kicks the knight, which is no good here. That allows him to win a pawn if he wants to. He does take this. I do take that. But then he has this intermezzo. Now that the knight has moved, he comes in with his knight. I come back here. Takes the knight. And this thing is definitely unguarded. Takes pawn check, picking up the rook. I decided that bishop here was the best. Takes that, and then I wonder if I had any better moves at this point. I'm kind of sunk, but I went ahead and just castled. Bishop came up here. I think I took this pawn. He takes this pawn, and I come back here. So again, evaluation's at plus 7.8, 7.9 now. Challenges me with the knight. I come back, but he ends up just taking. So bishop takes. Maybe I should have taken with the queen. Pushes a pawn. I wasn't sure. I mean, I knew outlook was not so good with this pawn push, so I'm playing hope chess at this point. I can potentially pick up that knight, but he takes there. It's not looking so good. My defense on the king is starting to fall apart, but I take it anyways. And he plays rook d to g1, which I wasn't expecting. Thought he was going to go take with the pawn immediately, but I decided to move my rook, give myself some space, and maybe just try to give a check, spite check. But turns out to not really be that helpful. King there, and pretty nasty queen f6. So really just praying at this point with the check. King takes back here, hoping that he does something stupid like king b1, but of course he doesn't. The guy I was playing was like an expert, maybe candidate master, but he moves there. I'm out of checks, and I just resigned. But if you look, all the moves were captured on here, and not only do I have the evaluation, I can save the game and use all the different chess.com things. I can even go back and look at variations. So, for example, king d2. I go back to queen c6, check, and let me show you what I hoped would have happened. Move the king to analyze what could have happened. Queen takes check, and then definitely some hope chess going on, but like maybe here, takes there. Anyways, so even that variation that I went through was captured. See in the parentheses, variation. So very cool way to use your Chessnut Air board to capture games that you've played over the board at like a tournament. It's nice to review the game on a 3D board and not just solely rely on your phone on a 2D board. All right.